Today's video, we got 5 great couch co-op games. I'm not talking about them fancy online co-op games. No, those ones where someone screws you over, you're close enough, you turn around and smack the hell out of them. It's like, nope. Now, those were great games, and it's fun to talk about them, think about them, reminisce with the homies when they come over. So that's why I decided to do this. And for me, here's 5 of them that I really enjoyed as a kid. Well, yeah, we'll go kid. First one I got is Sunset Riders. Actually, I didn't play Sunset Riders as a kid, so that's already a lie. But it's still an awesome, fun game. You're one of a few characters you pick from. You got cowboys and the whole West thing, and then it's just crazy side-scrolling action, shooting in all the directions, people launching dynamite at you, shooting. It's a whole lot of fun. And again, the couch co-op aspect of it, where you got a friend you can yell at, like, why you suck, and then you get shot because you're too busy talking smack. And it's a challenging game, but fun and fair. Buttons are responsive, so it's just great. And then you get upgrades to power up your, well, depending on what character you either get a shotgun or revolvers, and then you go dualies and then shoot faster and the whole 9 yards. So a lot of fun with the power-ups and whatnot. And definitely a challenge once you get up there in difficulty. And then I got Zombies Ate My Neighbors. And this again was insane, but also very fun. I think I only got one gripe about this game, is that the fact it's 9 million levels. I never beat it simply because of that. I got to level like 60 something and I'm like, what the hell? And so I just never really went back to it because I felt like there was no end. And then if you try to use the passwords and jump up, you don't get to keep your ammo or anything like that. It makes the game brutally difficult. You get a squirt gun going up against some Uber enemies, and that's just no fun. But either way, it's a great way to kill time. And then it was a lot of fun. A lot of different weapons you could cycle through, and they had different abilities. Like you could freeze an enemy for a second, or instead of killing them. And then you had to clear out the weeds with the little, I don't know what the hell, I guess it's a weed whacker. I don't know, it looked like a mace to me in the picture, but whatever, imagination. And then all the different types of enemies. You have the little Chucky baby things trying to chop you down, and then Ginormous Baby as a boss, and the chainsaw guys, and oh yeah, the chainsaw guys. Ugh. That was easily the worst part of the game, is when your co-op partner would take off to the edge of the screen, trapping you up against the hedge, and then a chainsaw guy coming to tear you to shreds. And not cool, but always happened, guaranteed. Communication is very important in that game, because they got so many objects. You get pinned, and you die because your guy trying to run away like a sissy girl and leaves you. No fun. So definitely important to have communication in Zombies Ate My Neighbors. So for the third one I got is Goofy. I don't think it was Goofy. I don't know, the one for the SNES. Well, that's where I played it anyway. And that was a fun one. You're Goofy and you're his kid, and then you go around. It's mostly a puzzle game. I mean, there are some enemies you got to get rid of, and you got to do it in creative ways. You don't Goofy walking around with an AK. I mean, that's not how the game works. You'd have to go and kick barrels into them and stuff like that. But you get a limited number depending on how many enemies, and you got to try and lure them in front of it, because you can only kick stuff in a straight line. So they give you a little bell and like, and then get them in front, and then your partner would kick the barrel over and knock them out. It was fun puzzle co-op action for the couch. And me and my buddy did beat it. One puzzle really stumped us, even as adults, so I don't know how these kids, and SNES really challenged kids, I gotta say. As a kid, I remember some games being truly hard. Even as an adult, I'm like, man, how's a kid supposed to ever get this? But hey. So it was fun though. And then you could troll your friend. I mean, you couldn't do damage to them, but you could just mess with them. So they would do an effect like, oh, even though it didn't really do damage, but it was fun. Extended the game a little bit, you know. Fourth one I got Smash Brothers Melee. This was the Smash Brothers for the GameCube, and to me it's still my favorite. I love that one. It's like the N64 version, but just had more power, more players, more levels, weapon, all of the thing was just increased. And then they added some single player mission stuff, where not just the main little campaign where you go through, what was it, 8 stages or whatever from the N64 version, but this one actually had different challenges, and some of them you can even do multiplayer, some are just single player. So that was fun. And then, or just free for all, like the good old days. You just get a few homies and just smack the hell out of each other, and big old battle. And then the levels, some of them are huge, and they moved, and they just, man, they stepped up their game with Smash Brothers for the GameCube on that one, and put countless hours into that damn game. I don't know how many controllers, I don't know how many hours, but both were more than should have been required. So whatever the price tag was for that game originally, it ended up being a lot more because of the controllers. And yeah, but it was all fun. A nice way to beat the hell out of your siblings without, actually having to beat the hell out of your siblings. So good stuff. The last one I got, Mario Kart 64. And this game, to me, easily had the best battle mode up until the most recent Switch release. And which is good because the Grand Prix was kind of limited. I mean, it's only a 64-bit system. You could only do 2-player Grand Prix. You couldn't have all 4 people doing Grand Prix just versus each other. But still a lot of fun. And then the battle mode, I mean, you have Block 4, Skyscraper, stupid Skyscraper. I was the only one dumb enough to keep trying to jump over the hole and half the time not make it and lose my balloons like an ass. And I remember one time I actually double lost balloons. I got hit by a shell as I was going to jump over it, and then fell in the hole, and then lost another balloon when I landed. Yeah, so those holes were dangerous, but it was still fun. Or you get people who just drive right off the edge. And then Donut was kind of annoying because then you get people who are too scared to fight each other and just going around and around and around. Should have been like PUBG, just start making the stage smaller, push them into the lava. I gotta teach them. But then you got to turn into a bomb once you lost all your balloons, and it was fun. A lot of good fun. And then, so that's my 5 great couch co-op games. Specifically couch.